Pisces, listen closely. November 26th is not an ordinary day for your soul. There is a powerful astrological event happening under the surface. Something rare, something karmic, something destined. Today, the universe is not whispering, it is shouting your name. A timeline is shifting, a chapter is closing, a new direction is being forced open, whether you feel ready or not. And if your spirit has been restless, if you've been sensing something big approaching, like a silent wave rising in the distance, you're not imagining it. November 26th is the day your entire destiny takes its turn. Stay till the end, because the sign you hear today might be the one message that changes everything. Pisces, before you understand the warning, before you understand the message, before you understand the event that will redirect your destiny, you must first understand what is happening energetically around November 26th. Because the truth is simple, this is not a gentle emotional shift. This is not a quiet spiritual nudge. This is not a soft whisper from the universe. This is a collision between the highest vibration of your soul and the deepest patterns you've been carrying for years. November 26th opens a vibrational portal that affects Pisces more intensely than any other sign, and here's why. For weeks, even months, something inside you has been rising. It starts small, a heaviness in the mornings that you can't fully explain. Moments of clarity that hit you suddenly at night, as if someone switched on an inner light. A strange sense that something in your life is ending, even though nothing around you seems to be changing. It is subtle, but it is persistent. Your spirit has been whispering, "Prepare yourself." And Pisces, you may have tried to ignore that feeling. You may have brushed it off as overthinking, sensitivity, or emotional exhaustion. But your soul knew. This wasn't anxiety. This wasn't fear. This wasn't imagination. This was your psychic antenna tuning into a vibrational shift long before your conscious mind could understand it. People underestimate Pisces all the time. They see your softness, not your strength. They see your emotions, not your intuition. They see your sensitivity, not your spiritual power. What they don't realize is that Pisces feels energy weeks before it arrives, and that is exactly what's been happening. Neptune's role in the storm. Pisces is ruled by Neptune, the planet of dreams, intuition, illusions, and spiritual awakening. But on November 26th, Neptune isn't acting alone. It is struck by a grounding planetary pressure that does something rare. It forces the truth to the surface. It breaks every illusion you've been holding on to. It exposes the things you've been pretending not to see. It pulls away every emotional filter you've been using to protect yourself. This energy doesn't destroy. It reveals. It shows you who people really are. It shows you what situations you've outgrown. It shows you where your spirit has been shrinking to stay comfortable. It is the moment the universe steps in and says, "You can't stay where you've been." And Pisces, deep inside, you know it's true. The Destiny Redirect Window. What happens on November 26th is what astrologers call a Destiny Redirect Window. A spiritually engineered moment where your path is pushed into alignment whether you're ready or not. This window appears only when you've stayed too long in a situation your soul has outgrown. You've ignored an inner truth for too long. You've allowed fear to delay your destiny. Or you've been dimming your light to protect someone else's comfort. During this energetic window, you may feel a sudden emotional release out of nowhere, an urge to make a decision you've been afraid to face, a strong inner pull to walk away from something familiar, a strange emptiness that feels like transition, not loss, vivid dreams carrying messages, warnings, or symbols, a deep desire to protect your peace like never before, a soft but steady sense that you no longer belong in your old life. These sensations are not random. They are signs that your spirit is stepping into a higher timeline. The warning inside the storm. Here is the most important truth. If you ignore this shift, the universe will make the choice for you. And Pisces, the universe has no hesitation when your soul is out of alignment. On November 26th, your soul contract, the blueprint of what your spirit came here to experience, begins rewriting itself. Something you were once attached to, something you depended on, something you clung to, will begin dissolving. A belief, a fear, a habit, an emotional pattern, a relationship, a dream you once wanted, a version of yourself you no longer are. You cannot cling to what your spirit is releasing. If you try to hold on, the shift becomes painful. If you trust it, the shift becomes liberating. Because this day does not bring destruction, it brings direction. But direction always requires one sacred step, a release. The real purpose of the energy storm, the energy surrounding November 26th, is not here to break you down. It is here to break you open. To crack open the parts of you that settled for less. To break open the emotional armor you created to survive. To expose the fears that have been quietly controlling your choices. To force your spirit into a higher level of authenticity. You have outgrown the version of yourself the world knew, and now your higher self is stepping forward, demanding to be recognized, demanding to be heard, demanding to lead. Your intuition has been trying to prepare you. Your dreams have been sending messages for weeks. Your body has been responding to spiritual pressure. Your emotions have been shifting in unpredictable waves. Everything inside you already knows. A new timeline is activating. A new identity is emerging. A new purpose is forming. A new path is unfolding beneath your feet. Pisces, you are not being pushed into the unknown. You are being pushed into the life that was always meant for you. This is the energetic storm of November 26th, and it is the beginning of your destiny's redirection, Pisces. On November 26th, the universe places you in the middle of what spiritual teachers call a karmic snap point, a moment where the past and the future collide, and your soul makes a split-second decision to break away from anything that no longer aligns with your destiny. This isn't a subtle moment. This isn't a soft emotional realization. This is a shockwave, sudden, intense, undeniable. It can arrive quietly, or it can arrive dramatically. But no matter how it shows up, it hits your spirit the same way. It changes everything. What the snap point feels like. This karmic snap point can manifest in several ways, and Pisces, you'll know exactly when it happens. You may experience a truth that shakes you awake. Suddenly you see someone's real intentions, clearly, instantly, without confusion. A mask slips. A person you trusted reveals a side you didn't want to acknowledge. An ending feels unavoidable. A situation you tolerated finally collapses under its own weight. A conversation pierces your heart. Someone says something that shifts your entire perspective in minutes. An opportunity drops from nowhere and you feel drawn to it in a way you can't explain. A dream feels too real to ignore. A message, symbol, or vision comes through so vividly that it forces reflection. Your intuition hits you like lightning. A gut feeling becomes so strong that you can no longer push it aside. These moments appear different on the outside, but inside they all cause the same inner eruption. A sudden, soul-deep knowing, this part of my life is done. That moment, that knowing, that is the real event. The external trigger is not the event. Your awakening is most people think the event is what happens. A breakup, a realization, a revelation, a truth exposed, a decision forced, a door closed, an opportunity opened. But Pisces, the real event isn't what happens outside you. The real event is what happens inside you. It is the emotional ignition, the spiritual jolt, the inner voice that becomes so loud, so clear, so commanding that you can no longer silence it. Pisces is one of the most intuitive signs in the zodiac, but also one of the most forgiving, the most patient, the most willing to see the best in others even when they show the worst. But on November 26th, your emotions stop whispering, your intuition stops hinting, your higher self stops waiting. They take over. The fog you've been living in clears instantly. The confusion dissolves. The emotional attachments loosen. The truth becomes razor sharp. And for the first time in a long time, Pisces, you see exactly what needs to change. The 4 realizations that arrive that day. On November 26th, most Pisces will experience at least one, often all, of these soul-level realizations. 1. I can't keep living this way. A situation, pattern, or connection suddenly feels too small for who you're becoming. 2. This person cannot come with me. You see clearly whose energy is holding you back. 3. I must make a decision now. The delay ends. The overthinking ends. The fear ends. You feel compelled to act. 4. My future is pulling me forward. You can sense a new path forming, not through logic, but through vibration. These realizations are not gentle, they are not optional, they are not temporary, they are awakening-level realizations. The cosmic intervention, Pisces, November 26th, is the universe stepping in because you've waited long enough. This is a divine redirection, a course correction, a spiritual reroute. The universe is removing you from anything that lowers your vibration, keeps you small, delays your growth, blocks your purpose, distracts your intuition, traps you emotionally, and if you don't walk away on your own, the universe helps you, not to punish you, but to protect you. Because your next chapter requires a different version of you, a clearer, stronger, more awakened version. The moment your destiny pivots on November 26th, something extraordinary happens inside your spirit. You step out of survival mode and into alignment mode. This is the moment. Your higher self takes control. Your soul stops negotiating. Your heart stops settling. Your intuition becomes non-negotiable. Your destiny timeline swings open. Something inside you clicks, locks, aligns, and once it does, Pisces, you can never go back to who you were before. What leaves vets? What enters? What leaves your life today? Anything that is not meant for your highest path. What enters your life now? Everything you were too afraid, too doubtful, or too overwhelmed to claim. This shift you're walking into will shape the next 7 years of your spiritual evolution. This is not a small twist in your story. This is a timeline rewrite. Pisces, this is the day your destiny changes direction. Pisces, when a destiny shift is activated, the soul never stays silent. Your spirit begins sending signals. Not subtle, not gentle, but loud, unmistakable messages that something in your life is being rewritten. On November 26th, these signs become even stronger. This is not ordinary intuition. This is not coincidence. This is cosmic communication. The universe speaking directly to your soul, and you will feel 5 divine signs that confirm your path is changing. Let's go deep. Sign 1. Sudden emotional clarity. For weeks, maybe months, you have carried emotional fog. You've felt uncertain, confused, weighed down, unsure what to feel, unsure what to decide. But on November 26th, something extraordinary happens. The fog lifts, the confusion dissolves, your emotions soften into clarity. It's almost like someone cleaned the window of your soul. You can suddenly see what you couldn't see before. There is no overthinking. There is no doubt. There is no struggle. You just know. You may wake up and instantly understand who aligns with you, who drains you, what choice you must make, what direction your spirit wants, what energy you can no longer carry. This clarity doesn't come from your mind. It comes from your higher self. It is the universe whispering, "Here is the truth you couldn't see until now." And Pisces, when clarity arrives this sharply, it means your timeline is already shifting beneath your feet. Sign 2, a strong, unexplainable. Urge to let go. Letting go is never easy for Pisces. Your heart is loyal, sensitive, and deeply connected. But November 26th brings a sudden internal push, a force that almost feels like a spiritual instinct. Release this. Walk away now. And you may not even know why, but you will feel it with intensity. This urge can show up as blocking someone without warning, ending a draining habit on the spot, deleting old messages, photos, or reminders, cutting emotional cords, leaving behind situations that no longer feel safe, clearing your space as if preparing for new energy. This is not impulsive behavior. This is spiritual cleansing. Your soul is purging in real time, creating space for the life you're stepping into. When Pisces feels the urge to let go so strongly, it means your spirit is shedding its old skin. Sign 3. Messages through dreams, symbols, and synchronicities. The night before or the day of November 26th, the veil between worlds thins. This allows your spirit guides, ancestors, and higher self to communicate with you more clearly. You may receive messages through symbolic, almost cinematic dreams, angel numbers like 111, 333, 444, 777, a song lyric that speaks directly to your heart, a repeated phrase someone says, a video or sign that feels too perfect to be coincidence, sudden chills, tingles, or intuitive hits. These signs are not random. Pisces, you are naturally intuitive, but during this shift, the universe amplifies your sensitivity so you don't miss the message. This is confirmation that the karmic event shaping your path is not accidental. It is destined. Sign 4, feeling detached from your old life. This is one of the most powerful and misunderstood signs. You may wake up on November 26th feeling strangely disconnected from your old self, as if you've emotionally stepped out of the past without trying. It feels like your old goals don't matter anymore. Your past stories no longer define you. Your former identity feels foreign. People you once tolerated suddenly drain you. Your heart has emotionally moved somewhere else. You might even look around your life and think, "This doesn't feel like me anymore." That's because it isn't. A new timeline is activating. Your energetic frequency is shifting upward, and everything that once matched your old vibration no longer resonates. This detachment is not depression, not numbness, not avoidance. It is transformation. You are stepping into the next version of yourself, and your soul is gently, but clearly, letting your old identity fall away. Sign 5, a strange, unexplainable calm before the breakthrough. This is the final and most sacred sign. Right before a major shift, Pisces experiences a deep, almost supernatural calm, a peace that makes no logical sense. You might feel still, centered, hopeful, quietly confident, less reactive, more grounded. It feels like your nervous system is being reset. This calm is not apathy, it is alignment. Your spirit is preparing for the incoming changes. Your subconscious is adjusting to a new frequency. Your energy field is expanding. The storm is not coming towards you, you are rising above it. When Pisces feels peace before a transformation, it means the universe has already cleared the path. This is your soul saying, "You're ready now." The meaning of these signs. These signs are not random spiritual events. They are indicators that November 26th is a destiny checkpoint, a moment your soul chose long before this lifetime. This day marks a karmic completion, a release of old timelines, a shift into your higher path, activation of your spiritual gifts, the beginning of a new life chapter. Nothing remains the same after these signs appear, because Pisces, you are stepping into a period where divine timing accelerates and your destiny unfolds faster than ever before. Pisces, a destiny shift doesn't only happen to you, it also happens through you. The energy coming toward you on November 26th is powerful, intense, and life-redirecting, but your response will determine whether this shift becomes a breakthrough or another missed moment. This day is not about fear. This day is about alignment. Here is what you must do to anchor yourself into your new timeline. 1. Trust your first intuition. It's not a thought, it's a message. On November 26th, your intuition becomes sharper than ever before, and your first instinct will be your higher self speaking to you with complete clarity. You may suddenly feel, "Don't go there. Don't trust this." Reach out to that person. Say yes. Say no. Walk away. Take the leap. Do not overthink. Do not rationalize. Do not analyze it to death like you usually do. Your first instinct on this day is not emotion equals it is spiritual communication. Pisces, you are one of the few signs whose intuition speaks louder than logic. But today, that intuition becomes a soul command. Trust it without hesitation. 2. Let go without fear. Release what the universe is removing. This is the most important part of your alignment. Whatever feels unstable, heavy, confusing, draining, uncertain, or misaligned must be released. Not later, not eventually. Today. Letting go doesn't always mean walking away from someone. It also means releasing a fear that's been controlling you, a story you've been telling yourself, an expectation that keeps disappointing you, a habit that drains your energy, a version of yourself you have already outgrown, a hope that no longer aligns with your soul path. The universe is not trying to punish you. It is clearing the space for something bigger, brighter, and more aligned. What you release today becomes the space your blessing walks into tomorrow. 3. Protect your peace. Like it's sacred, because it is Pisces, you absorb energy like a sponge. On a day with such strong spiritual activity, your aura becomes even more sensitive. That means avoid arguments, avoid emotional chaos, avoid people who drain you, avoid gossip, avoid drama, avoid cluttered environments, avoid anything that feels off. Your energy field is expanding, your vibration is rising, your soul is tuning itself to a new frequency. Noise is your enemy today, silence is your protection. If someone tries to pull you into conflict, choose distance. If something feels overwhelming, step back. If your spirit feels tired, retreat. Your peace today is not a luxury. It is spiritual armor. 4. Follow every nudge from your higher self, no matter how small. On this day, your higher self becomes louder than your ego. You will feel small nudges, subtle pulls, and sudden urges. They may seem random, wanting to clean your room, wanting to meditate for a few minutes, wanting to journal a thought, wanting to text someone you miss, wanting to rest, wanting to be alone, wanting to say something that's been on your heart, wanting to make a bold move you've avoided. These nudges are not coincidences. Every nudge is a breadcrumb leading you toward your new timeline. If you feel guided to speak, speak, rest, rest, take action, act, step back, pause, say no, say it firmly, say yes, say it confidently. Your higher self is not guessing today. It is leading. Follow without resistance. 5. Affirm the new timeline. Speak the shift into existence. Words on November 26th carry power. What you speak today becomes the structure of your new timeline. This is why your affirmation must be simple, clean, and aligned. Say this out loud. I'm ready for the life aligned with my soul. Say it slowly. Say it with intention. Say it like you are speaking directly to the universe. This one sentence opens the door for new opportunities, new connections, new clarity, new levels of abundance, new versions of yourself. You are not just speaking words, you are activating a vibrational frequency. What this day is really about. Pisces, November 26th is not a warning of danger, it is a warning of transformation. It is the universe saying, your old story is done. It is your soul rising, your intuition awakening, your destiny shifting into alignment. This is the moment the old you begins dissolving, and the real you begins emerging. You cannot return to your old self after today. You cannot shrink yourself to fit old spaces. You cannot pretend you don't know what you now clearly see. Your next chapter demands a version of you that is stronger, clearer, more intuitive, more awakened, more aligned, more fearless, more spiritually grounded. Pisces, this is not the end of your journey. This is the moment your true journey begins. Pisces, if you're still watching, then hear this. You were never meant to live a small life. You were never meant to stay stuck. You were never meant to repeat the same cycles, pain or patterns. November 26th is the moment the universe steps in and says, it's time. Time to rise, time to release, time to transform, time to step into the destiny that was written for you before you were born. Your intuition today is your compass. Your emotions are your guidance. Your soul is your truth. Something is shifting inside you. Something ancient, something powerful, something divine. This is not the end of your story. This is the beginning of your awakening. So breathe deeply, stand tall, and trust the path opening before you. Your destiny is not being taken from you. It's finally being returned to you. If this message reached your spirit today, comment below. I'm ready for my November 26 transformation. Your new life begins now, Pisces, and it's going to be extraordinary.